Hey guys, hey, it's Rich. I want to thank you for checking out my vlog, I guess. This is kind of recap. Yesterday, I sent out an email with the blog. Today, I'm just going to read it for those people who could not read it online and rather listen to it. So here we go. So the age-old question, DIY or hire a contractor? DIY home repair projects offer both opportunities and challenges. Here's a breakdown of the advantages and disadvantages of tackling these tasks yourself versus hiring a professional. Uh, the advantages of DIY home repair: cost savings right away. One of the most significant benefits of a DIY is saving money. Homeowners can drastically lower total cost of a project by avoiding paying labor expenses. I will add too on their insurance is another thing you're going to skip paying for if you have a professional. Their insurance typically is going to increase the cost of that job tremendously. That's a little extra. Number two, DIY projects let you fully control materials, design, and execution, so enabling you to carry out your vision exactly as you wish. So number three is skill building. I think this is a big one. It really helps to, well, I'm just going to just read it, and that way we can go over it later. Over time, taking DIY projects can help you develop valuable skill sets that make you more self-reliant for future repairs. Now, that being said, I would never start out just doing a kitchen. You want to start out small, do some drywall, do a little bit of other stuff, but get your hands dirty prior to just taking on a giant project like a kitchen or bathroom or something. So, disadvantages of DIY home repair, which is something I don't think a lot of people talk about enough. So it's definitely number one is time consuming, particularly if you're learning to do it as you go. DIY projects might take far more time than first anticipated. And I can tell you that as a guy who's been a contractor full time and a full-time dad and a full-time husband and a full-time job, that sometimes your schedule and the DIY project do not mash up at all. So that's something to really be cognizant of. You can live without the bathroom for 3 or 4 months. Yeah, it's not a big deal. But if it's your one bathroom and you need to get it done, you might want to hire that contractor. So number two, mistakes are more likely with the absence of professional knowledge. These can lead to costly repairs or even damage to your home, sometimes negating the savings you hope for. I think we've all seen shows like that where even the contractors have done things that maybe weren't the best. So, um, number three is safety concerns. Certain repairs, like electrical work or structural changes, are inherently dangerous if done incorrectly. Errors in these areas could cause major damage to your property, even worse, your family. So, definitely something to think about. So, advantages of hiring a professional: expertise and experience. Number one, professionals bring specialized knowledge and skills to the table, ensuring that the job is done correctly and efficiently. Number two, time efficiency. A professional can often complete a job faster than a DIYer, minimizing disruption to your home life. Number three, warranty and accountability. Many professionals offer warranties on their work, giving you peace of mind that issues will be fixed at no extra cost if something goes wrong. And the fourth one on this is the insurance side. Professionals with their own insurance may provide another level of comfort for those unsure about starting a DIY project. Knowing that someone else's insurance will cover construction mishaps could be a reassuring to some. I got to say that's a pretty big one in my book. Obviously, little advice here, side note: if you are going to have a contractor, definitely get a copy of their insurance and definitely call their insurer to confirm that they're current with their payments, making sure they're not just handing out a certificate that they had from a long time ago. So I think too many people often forget to do that. They just say, "Oh yeah, I've got insurance," and then they never do the follow-up side of it. So the disadvantages of hiring professional: higher costs, labor fees are substantial, and the overall project cost will likely be higher than a DIY approach. Obviously, less control. You have less control of how the project is executed, depending on contractors' methods and preferences. One of those big things, and this is side note again, when the guys show up and when they leave, it's definitely going to impact your life. Maybe not as much as the other things on the DIY side, but it's definitely something to consider. So, long-term value proposition. When considering long-term value, the decision often hinges on the type of project. That DIY can be a terrific approach to save money and pick up fresh skills for small repairs or non-critical jobs. Hiring a professional is typically the preferred choice for a complicated work, though, since it guarantees the job is completed right the first time and may help you avoid costly repairs downstream. Now, obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but it is more likely if you do your homework and find a good quality contractor that that's the case. So, now this is a big one, the role of YouTube and online tutorials. I am a huge advocate for YouTube. Oh, side note, I'm a huge advocate for YouTube and figuring out stuff, and I use it all the time for things. But that being said, watching someone do it on YouTube and you actually following through with it is two separate things. So, YouTube gives everyone access to DIY knowledge with countless tutorials available for everything or almost any repair task. However, it's crucial to evaluate the credibility of the person providing the advice. Not all providers of content are professionals, hence, following bad advice might result in errors or hazardous situations. For a larger or more complicated jobs, relying solely on YouTube may not be advisable. In such cases, hiring a professional ensures that the job is done correctly and safely. In summary, DIY home repair can be rewarding, but comes with its risks, especially for more complex projects. For critical and large scale repairs, the expertise of a professional is often worth the investment. Now, with full disclosure in mind, what got me thinking about this is a whole issue is a friend of mine's blog, and it's I put a link to Angel's blog in my article. You can actually go to it, and it's about preventative maintenance. So it's one of the things that she wrote a blog on, which I think is part of that DIY thing. It's a lot easier to do preventative maintenance as a DIYer. Obviously, a little bit of paint here and there and do some other touch-up stuff is not as difficult as just ripping out the entire bathroom and hoping that we get it back together. So anyway, this has been my updated blog post. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Always go to my website, richsellsforyou.com. That's RICHSELLS, the number 4, and then YOU.com. And you go to the blogs, and then you can post a comment or ask a question. You can always send me a message on here or through whatever sources are available. So I look forward to you guys' feedback on this. Thank you so much and have a great day.